That shit bright as fuck.
Okay, Google. Turn living
No,
room
you're
lights
good.
to
It's good.
60%.
It looks perfect on there.
That's,
So it was already on 60. Okay.
no, it went down a little bit.
Is that your side or my side of the window? Holy shit.
Uh, got the-
I don't understand how the camera's getting all that. What is this? That's the dookie. What?
Nothing's in here yet.
Ow!
Good.
How I. No. Well, yeah, but no. Sending it out. I asked the cop. He was coming over. I was gonna go get him, but did he hear me back? Nope. He might have fell back asleep. Leak. Tammy. I'm assuming you already sent it to.
Oh,
Frankie
hi,
participates.
mommy.
Frankie participates a lot.
Who?
Frankie.
Oh,
Did you send it to Jed? Oh my God, almost. Michaela?
no, I created the event and invited everybody.
Hmm.
Hey, hey, hey. Hey, hey, hey.
The hell?
That's what she said. Hey, hey, hey. Oh, gotta clock that.
No.
I got one viewer.
Is it mom?
Yes.
Hmm. Instantly got hot. It's a bubbling. It's a bubbling. It's a bubbling in my soul. Actually, my butt. It's a bubbling. It's a bubbling.
Can you hear us? How's the sound? How does it sound?
I gotta have the mic. I hate how quiet it is.
Yeah, no.
But on some YouTubing. Viewing? So some tube viewing? How is this shirt any different? I'm trying to put my damn thing on, but I'm like, I don't know why. It just feels like it's in the wrong places.
Yep, yep. I can hear you just fine.
What?
What?
Mm-mm.
Um, what are you
Oh,
trying to do?
what's this?
All right. Hmm?
Let's not do that.
What are you trying to do? Two viewers. Hey, Michaela.
Damn, that was fast.
We got two people so far. Just waiting for a little more.
Did I
A
do
little
that?
more. Yes,
I'm just,
getting there.
I'm just waiting for like at least 50,000 jump in.
Okay.
Something like
No. We got. I got a Reddit story today that
requested from y'all.
is. It has like 7 updates.
Oh, we're doing that one?
Yeah.
Sweet God.
Oh. Yeah. Be ready for that. Waiting for a
Ooh, that hurts.
few more people.
My effing head still killing me.
Three. We got three. We got three. I'll make this smaller.
Who's number three?
Gotta wait for them to comment. It doesn't tell me who it is. It
Mm.
just says three, and then it says chat, and then views. So, whoever it is, welcome new viewer. What'd you say?
Yeah.
Let me see. Excuse me. How y'all doing tonight?
Drop a line. Give us that good name. There she go. I'm gonna start this off by saying my ass hurts.
All right.
Yeah.
Do this. We got 4 people now. 4 people. Hello, hello, hello.
Who just jumped in?
Comment who it is.
Throw your name up there.
So we can
Ooh.
see.
Mm-mm-mm.
Anthony. Hi, Anthony.
Anthony.
Michaela said, "Why does your ass hurt, Marquise?"
Honestly, I don't know. Caught a cramp early this morning in 2 different places, my calf and my ass cheek.
You need you need some potassium.
Did I eat a banana today? Nope. Damn bananas ain't even ripe. Gots to love Walmart delivery.
Okay, here, you're under me now. Don't. All right. It's hot in here, y'all.
Mm-hmm.
It's hot in here. I think we're gonna go. I think we're gonna try and go live every other week,
Maybe.
maybe.
Could be every week, depending
Not
on if we're in
sure.
a good mood. Might be, 2027. If we hate y'all.
Yeah.
I
So
don't have the answer, Sway.
yeah. So probably be going live. And hey, Tiny.
Hey, Tiny's back.
What up, Lene? Lene said, "What up, my bros?" What was I saying? Yeah. So probably go live. Do some Reddit stories. I have like a bunch of little Reddit stories that aren't like good enough to make like a full video about on in the studio. So might be able to do that, do those, and then other discussions. Might have like another anime discussion or whatever. Um,
Mm-hmm.
that's not
What?
that's Lene to under my other account. She's commenting under my account, so
All right,
it's
don't clog the chat now with craziness.
not witchcraft. It's her. Um, who is this? Damn, Ashley is hella cute. David, go somewhere. I just know that's you. Yep, yep, I knew it. All right, so we got what, like
I
6?
married a good
Oh my
one.
God, Anthony, I'm saying.
Snacky.
Um, is the fan loud?
That shit loud as fuck on this end.
I know, but I'm hot.
The other fan, does that? Let me
We
get
actually
my
just
fan.
turned it off right before we started, so
And that made no difference.
we're on episode 718, 719, something like that.
I
Yeah,
thought it
but
was in
we're
the
in the
20s.
middle of Dressrosa. Shit, crazy.
Mm-hmm.
We're
Anthony,
gonna
make sure you get your ass home,
we're gonna get
okay? At a decent hour.
we're
I want you
gonna
out here tricking with these girls.
David said, "Call me a plumber, cause I'm gonna lay some pipe."
Jesus Christ. Um, he's in the military now. I can't fight back. That's a crime.
He said, "Okay, good." She said she can't hear the fan. Good, cause I'm hot. All right, so we got like six people in here. So we're gonna be doing a Reddit story. Why am I yelling?
I have no idea. You have one of the best microphones on your chest.
We're
And
gonna
you over here like this.
okay,
Can y'all hear me?
relax. Um,
Hmm.
let's say yeah, we're gonna do a Reddit story.
7 updates.
It has it has about 7 updates. So it's gonna be a long one.
That's why she's reading it. I would have died. I'd have been on the first half of the story to been like, so let's talk about something else, even if it was juicy. Well, actually, that's not true. That's not true. Because if
So
it's a good one,
after the first part, the first story, I'm gonna pause, and then we can discuss it, and people can say what they gotta say, and then I'll go to the next update, and so on and so forth from there. So I'm not just like reading for a long time, because I'm gonna show you guys this. These are all updates, all updates.
hmm?
Yep, and then another update. Yeah, so it's a lot. So I'm gonna start, and then at the end of the first one we can discuss. All right. So the title is "I think my husband fathered
Why
his."
are you yelling? Scared the shit out of me.
Pay attention.
I
Hey, you
am.
wouldn't be scared.
Oh no, I've been listening the whole time, and then you go, the title is. I'm like, oh my
The
god,
title is "I think my husband fathered his best friend's children, and now one of them is attracted to my daughter."
that's a motherfucking title right there, if I do say so myself. Ooh, Lord.
So, let's see. All right. So first one, September 2nd, 2024. It's the original post.
So about a year, a little over a year.
Huh?
It's a little over a year.
Um. Oh my goodness. So there is.
Is the camera working?
Oh my God. So there's like somebody that did like a synopsis of what the
It's
OP
working.
says, and then there's like what I go to the original post and read what OP says. Now OP says a lot. There's like a lot of filler in it. But she's giving a lot of backstory.
Not OP being the the writer of One Piece.
So do y'all want the real, like what she writes from her perspective, or do you want the person that kind of like sums it up?
Yeah, that's more quiet.
Let me know. Let me know. 6-7. I don't know what this means, but Lene and Mama's good. So yeah, y'all want the. David said, "Ew," and Tiny said, "Oh my God, Marcus, can
You know,
you
I make
back up?"
I make sure it work. I make sure, yeah, it worked.
Nana
It's
said,
good.
"Jump scare."
It's good. Bomba.
So should I do the OP or the
Is the
person
sum
giving
up
the
good?
sum?
Is the synopsis good to you? Because you've already gone through this
I wrote what she. I did what she
16
wrote though,
book trilogy.
but
Oh, so you haven't read the synopsis, the short and sweet version.
no. I mean, I'll read the first one, and then we'll see from there.
Tell me what you think.
So, um,
This don't even stay. Right. Oh, found it.
okay.
Oh,
So it says OP 42F is married to Luke 43. His best friend is
Uncle Luke.
Amy, also 43. OP is Luke and Luke met in college
Wait,
while he has known Amy. This is synopsis.
I heard OP, Luke, and Luke. I'm like, okay.
It's OP, Luke, and Amy.
How's that? Okay. It's a lot of
So,
money on that finger.
um,
Bullet.
so yeah, his best friend is Amy, also 43. OP and Luke met in college while he has known Amy since they were 7. They're best friends, surrogate siblings. Never heard that term, but
Me neither.
and do everything together. OP and Luke have a great life together and see Amy frequently. OP thought of finding a man for Amy so she could have a family, but no luck. OP lists her and Luke's children along with Amy's children for easier reading. So OP and Luke's children are Sophie, 15, Owen, 12, Luis, 10,
Oh my God.
and Carter, 6.
I can barely remember the names of everybody in the TV shows that we watch. You should name 47 people.
Amy's children, Tom, 17, Kaylee, 14.
Wait. Are you actually about to go down the list of another set of kids?
I would have been done if you would have just let me.
I'm gonna turn this way.
Kaylee, 14, and twins Adam and Jenna, 9. Amy was not in a committed relationship and occasionally dating. Found herself pregnant without knowing the fathers of her children. She was unconcerned about raising them alone. OP and Luke supported her financially and emotionally. this is the close friendship between Luke and Amy. There is a close friendship between Luke and Amy. Opie begins to suspect Luke may be the father of at least one, if not all, of Amy's children, given the lack of other significant relationships in Amy's lives. Having doubts, Opie struggles with the idea of Luke being unfaithful because they have a strong family bond with all the children growing up together. After Opie and Luke After Opie and Luke's youngest child's birth, they decided Luke should get a vasectomy. Since then, Amy didn't get pregnant again. Maybe Opie questioning the timing, making Opie questioning the
Question.
making Opie question the timing of these events. Luke regularly visits Amy and her children, taking on a fatherly role, which seemed suspicious. Opie noticed similarities in appearances between Luke and Amy's children, such as shared allergies and physical traits, leading her to question the possibility of Luke being the biological father. Opie acknowledges their backgrounds differ. Amy's children appear biracial, which caused further doubts about their paternity. Opie kept suspicions about Luke and Amy's relationship to herself, fearing her concerns would make her the bad guy and harm their families. Opie reflects Amy's unsureness toward motherhood, suggesting Luke's involvement with her children may not stem from the desire to help her have kids. Opie keeps her guards up regarding her daughter Sophie, who attract the attention of Tom, Amy's oldest. Sophie declined Tom's invitation to date out of respect due to parental boundaries. The parents said no. Um, Opie's refusal to allow the relationship led to a conflict, as Sophie didn't understand why. With Opie's concerns, Amy and Luke supported her position, though Luke expressed worry that forbidding romance might intensify Sophie's interest. Over time, it showed Tom was increasingly drawn to Sophie, spending more time together, leaving Opie feeling protective and powerless to prevent the romance. Sophie claims they are just friends. Tom is being affectionate, raising suspicions regarding secret dating. Opie feels hopeless with the possible relationship between Sophie and Tom, who might or might not be her half-brother, due to Luke and Amy's alleged affair. Opie grapples with emotional turmoil of possibly exposing the truth. Shut the fuck up, David. Opie grapples with emotional turmoil of possibly exposing the truth about the children's paternity
Jeez.
that should shatter family dynamics and hurt innocent parties.
I do too, quite often.
So that's the first one. Honestly, the original has more detail and it doesn't sound so like reportish,
Okay.
but it is, like I said, it is pretty long. But yeah,
So that's the
that's the
first.
synopsis of the
Oh,
first of the actual story. Yeah.
okay. So we don't have a link that we could put in there to for anybody that jumps in and is trying to keep up.
Short summary. Huh?
We don't have a link that we could throw in there, so like anybody that pops in, got a couple people that's about to pop in.
I could. We just copy and paste the link.
Oh, that's easy enough. Oh, oh my
Oh, you
God.
can't, because I'm not on the chat. So I send it to you. So yeah, that's this. That's the gist of it. She's worried that her husband may have fathered the best friend's kids. What are your thoughts? She doesn't have any real proof. It's just a hunch.
At this point, me personally, I'm gonna go onto my Mr. Super Sleuth and say, this is all fine. Nothing wrong here. You know, I mean, what's the worst that could happen?
What do you mean with the kids dating?
Yeah,
They could be brother and sister.
that'd be disgusting.
Yeah. So if
AF.
she doesn't know for sure and she doesn't have any proof, it's kind of hard for her to go to her husband and be like, "Hey, I know you haven't really given me any reason to think that you cheated, but did you father those children?" And then what if he does it? What if he did it and then the marriage is just
Dead. And what's
yeah.
her one more time? What makes her think that?
Um She said they kind of look alike. He fathers some of the kids. Some of the kids take after his looks. And Amy has had all these kids right around the time when she has hers,
Mm-hmm.
but there's never a guy.
Mm. And how many kids does Amy have again?
Amy has 4.
And Amy's the sister, blood sister.
Amy, no, Amy is what? There's no blood sister.
Sorry.
Surrogate sibling. That's his best friend. David said, "Is it in Alabama?" The answer to that question will tell a lot. I don't know where.
Why does he always go with it? Why does he do that?
I
Chego does this shit too, by the way.
I don't know.
I'm gonna chalk it up to being a military thing. Damn, bro.
They both
Yeah,
have 4 kids.
but there's like some serious. Jesus Christ, jeez.
There's
All
like
these damn children.
2 years apart for each kid.
And so she just never has. She gets pregnant, and there's just no guy ever involved.
Ever. Never even seen her date.
Is it wrong for me to say questionable things?
What do you mean?
She a hoe.
She could be.
What happens when kid number 3 says, "Where's my dad?"
David said I would get a secret test.
Cut that motherfucker. Hey, babe. He's bleeding. Let me get a Band-Aid.
Nowadays you could just swap the mouth.
Oh, so you'd be like, "Hey, babe, love you." Oh my God.
With a Q-tip, not your finger. You have to
You're
go.
right. Hey, babe, love you.
Oh my God. Okay.
Just pure assault.
So, oh my God, her updates are so long, but they have more information.
Oh my gosh.
Okay. I'm gonna read her update, but I might skip around of some of her fluff.
I'm fluffy.
She said, "This is update 1. Reddit won't let me post a link, so you have to find the original post on my account. Sorry for the inconvenience. Um, First of all, wow, I did not blah blah blah. Yeah, she didn't expect so much attention from it.
Well, when you write a good book.
Previously, see this? Yeah, I'm gonna have to read her thing and then skip through because in the first one she said that she was thinking about getting a paternity test, a secret DNA test.
Oh, so this Mr. Sum Up sucks.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
So she said I previously said that I was going to do a secret DNA test that I had decided on that course of action. In the end, I couldn't go through with it, and now I'm regretting that because the window to do that has essentially closed.
Damn.
I just felt like it would be out of line for me to do that to another person's child behind their back. Ethically, it was dicey. I've since consulted with a lawyer, as many commenters
I can take that.
suggested, and she advised me against doing so. You didn't post the link.
I did.
I don't see it.
Uh-huh.
Um, she advised me against doing so because no matter what the results were, it would make me
Yeah, I did.
look bad at a potential divorce proceeding. But I really wish I had did it anyway and just not told anyone because I really badly need to know, and I still don't know for sure. Likewise, I wanted to tell Sophie in confidence, but the more I thought about it, even that seemed over the line. Like I had no right to plant such ideas in her head about her father without even talking to her first. So what I ended up doing was confronting Luke and Amy. Many comments suggested this as well. I finally talked to both of them. That told both of them we needed to talk. It felt counterproductive to approach them one on one because I figured they would tell the other about what happened in their words before I could prepare my own. I wanted them both to hear what I had to say at the same time. Once other kids were at school, I laid down all my suspicions and reasons. I made it clear how much I loved both of them, but a combination of clues had led me to notice the similarities between Luke and Amy's children, and I didn't even list all of them in the original post. For example, Luke has been a sleepwalker in the past, so have Zoe, Tom, and Adam. I said over and over how much they meant to me and how I did not want to believe it, but the thought had crept in my mind in the past. How I had dismissed it before, but now with Tom and Sophie having crushes on each other, it became necessary to pose the question. So I asked if they had ever crossed the line, if Luke had ever been unfaithful, if there was even the slightest possibility that any of Amy's children were his. I was just trying not to cry. Well, they reacted exactly how as I would have expected. Their responses were perfect and so well rehearsed. I genuinely can't tell if it was honest emotion or powerful gaslighting. Amy was more upset than Luke, or at least more outwardly upset. She was angry, offended at the accusation. Luke just seemed heartbroken by it. Maybe they were just acting, but I don't know. Somehow they had reasonable responses to all the points I brought up. They asked questions I still didn't know how to answer. I had never objected to them being having alone time before. Why did it suddenly bother me now? Do Amy's children really resemble Luke that much, or are there things like hair color, pretty basic traits to have in pretty basic traits to have in common? The whole family has also treated Amy and her kids as part of our unit, and I had previously commended Luke for stepping up and being a father to Amy's kids since they didn't have one. Why was I now saying it was a bad thing? Anthony said, I've been powerfully gaslit before.
Also,
David said, but with what happens in inbreeding, you could prevent the suffering of a child
oh my goodness.
that could be more susceptible to health issues.
Whew, boy.
I think
I'm gonna
asking the
stick on the
question would
comments for
help
you.
and fix a lot. You're right.
Powerfully gaslit. That's a term right there.
Um,
Also, I was just while you were reading,
clock that team.
don't do that. While you were reading, I was looking up sleepwalking traits
Is
and
it
all that stuff.
genetic?
Oh yeah, it's super genetic.
Ding, 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 ding.
It doesn't mean you can't just have it and it not being your genes,
Yeah,
but it's super hereditary.
I
So
didn't know that.
so I mean coincidence.
Winky dink.
You never know. You know the story, so you know, but you never know.
Clock that too.
Do
Yes,
stop
man.
it. Stop it. Don't do that. There's nothing small that you got to grab. Nothing.
Um, where was I?
Get a secret test is crazy, by the way.
Okay. Luke was more understanding than Amy. He respected my feelings, or at least he acted like he did. Amy appeared to be more betrayed by what I said. And
Betrayal.
I ended up apologizing several times, even though I'm not sure I did anything wrong. Luke also apologized for anything. Luke also apologized for anything he'd done
Mm,
to indicate he was unfaithful.
nigga
I
fake.
asked Amy more pointedly that if not Luke, who had fathered her children? She snapped back that it was none of my goddamn business,
Oh,
and I could tell she was in no mood to get personal or vulnerable with me about my accusations.
my word.
I'm not proud to say that I lost my temper and said that after everything we had done for her and her children, such information was not a lot to ask and perhaps she owed it to us. I regretted the words as soon as I said them because Amy shouted back that I had never done anything for her and that it was Luke and his parents who had kept her afloat all these years, not me. She went on a longer tirade about how I
Okay.
had always acted superior to her, which I don't believe I did, though it's possible that I gave off that vibe unintentionally. Luke did his best to calm her down, but the room was still fraught with tension. Not fraught.
I get the wording.
I don't know, Reddit. I just don't know. It's driving me to the edge of madness.
Madness.
There's a way to be certain, of course, not certain of my husband's infidelity, but of the paternity of Amy's children. So I asked Luke for my own peace of mind, for the sake of our daughter and for our family unit, if he could get a DNA test done. I went on to say that I knew he disliked and distrusted such things, but that I really needed this. I could see the pain in his eyes. Maybe it was an act, but he seemed really genuinely hurt that I was asking for this. That
Hmm,
him giving me his word that he had always been faithful should be enough. But
hmm.
he very reluctantly agreed to participate in a DNA test. Unfortunately, Amy did not, and that's where we hit a roadblock. I was afraid of this.
She's not having
No,
them.
fraud. Fraught.
Who said
Anthony. Um,
stupid?
He tried
I
to
love him ever
he
so.
tried to convince Amy, but she wouldn't hear of it. That's why. That's what I see when people say hear of it. I will not hear of
I
it.
will not hear of it.
And he kind of shrugged to me when I pushed him for further support. Because he can't force her to get tests done if she refuses, that's a dead end.
You better run up on that kid and shove a fucking cotton swab in his mouth.
Technically, it's assault. And the mother.
I never said it wasn't.
Okay.
I started this with run up.
She's got enough problems. I don't think she needs to be going to jail for assault.
Hey, little Timmy. Just, Mommy, shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up.
The problem is,
Just saying.
Luke could, in theory, petition the court to demand a paternity test for Tom and the others. The issue to that, the issue is that to do this, he essentially will be claiming he slept with Amy and he believes the children are his. That would be the version of events he'd be made. That would be the version of events he'd be maintaining. But Luke has insisted that nothing ever happened with Amy, that he never cheated on me. Whether or not he's being honest about that is another story, but he'd essentially have to go on record and make a claim that he isn't prepared to make. He's quite certain children aren't his. I'm trying to see if I need to read this. Yeah, it's a whole bunch of back and forth. It's a dead end. Um, I pestered him further about Tom and Sophie, and insisted that I did not want them dating. He agreed, and apparently Amy still agrees. Luke plans to talk with Tom and activate protective Papa Bear mode. Among
Okay.
other things, he's going to remind Tom that in a couple months that he turns 18, him being intimate with Sophie will literally be a crime. I wouldn't actually press charges against him, as I know he'd never do anything against Sophie's will, but I'm not above implying the threat. Um, I did ask if he'd be open to potentially taking a sample of Tom's DNA to do a test. He was very hesitant about that. He viewed it as unethical.
Fucking job?
He also said if he did do this and Amy found out, that would be the end of their friendship. I think it's already the end of the friendship, at least between the wife and him,
Which
or
means,
the wife and her.
which makes it a kind of a dud.
Yeah, but here's the kicker. Though um, he said if I did a DNA test on Tom behind Amy's back and she found out, I think she would hit the roof and I wouldn't entirely blame her. Though I'd be very interested to see the results. Luke ended up going to see Amy and spending the night. I know all of you are cringing and throwing up your hands, and trust me, I wasn't happy about it. There was a very long
Fam,
conversation.
fam, fam. No.
Oh no,
We're,
absolutely not.
we have an issue currently right now, and you thought at any point you was finna slide over there and stay the night. I don't give a fuck if you're doing the whole, I just need time to think to myself.
Well, you
Fam,
don't go to a hotel.
fam.
Yeah,
I can't even say the word
said,
fam enough.
Anthony said Thomas giving some sus energy.
Bro,
Big time.
bro,
Big sus.
that's not going to happen. I'm verbatim saying, don't be stupid. You know what's going to happen next. And if you don't know what's going to happen next, find out next time on Dragon Ball Z.
Okay.
But it's not going to be 18 episodes. I promise you that.
That's absolutely not happening.
Yo,
But
wildin'.
I wasn't happy about it. That was a very long conversation, but he was adamant that he needed to perform damage control. So they spent the night together, with Luke maintaining that nothing happened. I did not sleep a wink, and I kept texting him for updates. So far as I could tell, Amy will cool off, but she needs a little time. Luke and I talked things over, and when he came back the next morning, it was an emotionally fulfilling conversation, and we ended up agreeing to take the kids, our kids, not Amy's, to visit their grandparents.
Mm.
Anthony said, "How is it unethical to ask for a DNA test?" No,
That's what I said. I'm like, what is this, a fucking
no,
job?
he's not saying it was unethical to ask, because she said, "Would you be?" Because he was gonna go talk to Tom about the dating thing, and she was like, "Well, would you feel
How
comfortable,
old is Tom again? 17?
17? Would you be comfortable taking, secretly taking the swab or whatever, so that Amy didn't know?" That he's saying is unethical because They're friends and whatever.
But this isn't a company. There are no policies in what's happening right now. Is it right or wrong? That's a different question. Is it ethical? Well, I don't know. Sign a W-2 and then I'll tell you. The fuck? Jesus.
Um,
Big weird.
yeah, so they decided to take their kids to visit their grandparents for a few days. It was an impromptu visit, but they've done it before and they were delighted. They just wanted their family. She just wanted their family to be alone for a few days, and she loves her in-laws. Her father-in-law, she's gonna call him Jim. He's 75,
My name Jeff.
and mother-in-law is Kat, and she's 67.
Her name also Jeff.
I know Reddit is famous for stories about the mother-in-law from hell, but in my life, that couldn't be further from the truth. I feel safe. Um, they noticed to the point where they took notice of how distant Luke and I were from each other. I finally relented and confessed my fears. I told them all of my anxiety that Amy and Luke were having an affair and that Amy's children might be his. Here's where things get a little interesting. When I told them I was what I was feeling, Kat just gave Jim this pointed look and did a big dramatic sigh.
Oh?
So it
What is this?
turns out Kat has had similar misgivings to mine and genuinely suspected over the years that Luke.
Misgivings.
Mhm.
Never heard anybody use that. I like it.
I feel like, because I feel like if I wrote a Reddit thing, this is what it would sound like. I feel like she might be an author, so she writes this way, because people don't write like this.
Could be ChatGPT. Can you sum up my life real quick for me?
Could be that too.
I's not good at the talking.
Um, Misgivings to mine and genuinely suspected over the years that Luke and Amy were closer than they'd ever admit, and that they have crossed the line in the past. Jim, on the other hand, simply refuses to even consider the idea. He has always insisted that Kat is seeing things that aren't there. He maintains that Luke and Amy are like siblings and would never do such a thing. Kat thinks his stance on that is naive, and even if she and Jim had taken Amy in and loved her like a daughter, that didn't mean Luke viewed her as a sister, or that she viewed him as a brother. But Jim just continued to insist that, were you just playing with your nipples?
The fuck?
Oh. Um, So at that point, Jim
Stop that.
just sighed and walked away from the conversation. So yes, Kat has privately wondered if Amy's children were fathered by Luke, which is part of why she treats them like her grandchildren. Um, she has no proof, like everybody else in this damn story. They don't have proof. As for the kids, they're doing all right. I don't know what Amy told her children, but I think the general consensus is that Amy and I had a fight and we just needed a break from each other. That's what Luke and I told our children,
Uncle Luke?
and if they pressed for more information, Luke defended me and shut down any questions, saying it wasn't their business. I don't know if Amy kept that version of events the same to her children, but they all have each other's numbers and social media, so they're gonna be intact. Um, blah blah blah. More things about the kids. I did try to talk to Sophie about
I
that
bet you them kids is ugly as shit.
about Tom, but the timing was off because Sophie rejected my console and interpreted my reinforced reluctance as being attributed with my fight with Amy. She maintained that she wasn't dating Tom, but she's going to remain close friends with him. While she usually isn't a disobedient child, she made it very clear that she was putting her foot down on that, on being friends with him. Um,
Was this stuff like update 5?
Now this is still update one. I wish I had a more definitive update. If anything else significant happens in the next few days, I'll let you guys know. So,
Why do people keep asking me what time? Click the fucking link.
so
Stupid.
that's update one.
6 more to go.
Any thoughts?
I'm losing it. This family just sounds like a dumb triangle. at first it was a jokey joke, but now I'm really like, somebody go stick a fucking cotton swab in this kid's mouth. Like, we're not doing this. I'm not doing the speculation for the next 6 years or whatever. I'm not doing all that. Somebody go get a Q-tip and go stick it in that kid's fucking mouth. I don't care. I don't care.
You can't do that. That's assault.
I don't care. How old is the kid
He's
again?
17. He can't.
The one that needs to get the swab or
I
the
mean,
test.
they need to do any of the kids, but the 17-year-old would probably be the easiest.
How old's the youngest? Mm,
9. She has 2 twins that are 9.
damn it. Not young enough. I'm just saying, you take a Q-tip, then you take a lollipop. You want this lollipop? Here. They put the lollipop in their mouth.
It's considered assault, though. If the mother finds out that you did it without her permission, they can say it's assault.
Did that kid want that lollipop?
Oh, the Ashley King is Nene.
We're letting her sit in on this. I'm saying, did the kid want the lollipop? Kid saw me with the lollipop.
It's not that.
No, I know where you go. I gave the kid the lollipop. When he took the lollipop, he also took my Q-tip that I was about to use. Oh, darn. You don't want that in your mouth, kid, do you?
Then you went and put it in the little envelope thing and then sent it up.
I mean, it was my choice to throw it away
you did a lot
or keep it for, safekeeping.
You did a lot.
These are choices that I could, I mean, it's a Q-tip. It is my hand.
All right, well.
The kid's getting swabbed.
For those joining, the title of this story is I think my husband fathered his best friend's children, and now one of them is attracted to my daughter.
Weirdo.
I
got it. Keep going.
Yeah, so we're about to move on to update 2. Okay. She says, I didn't expect to have another update so quickly, but after posting my first, I did a lot of thinking about my kids. And I need to mute that because I keep popping up.
What?
The thingy. The group chat. I ultimately decided that whatever happened, I needed to warn Sophie about the situation and do so immediately. To hell with Luke and whatever that meant for him.
To hell!
To hell if that meant all the kids learned about the situation. She needed to be aware of what she might be getting herself into. So, I discreetly kept her out of school. We went back home to our home last night, and this morning, I dropped... excuse me.
Ew!
I dropped everyone off and saved Sophie for last, before driving right past her school and telling her that we needed to talk. Always a frightening thing for a teenager to hear from a teacher, a parent, but I was quick to establish that she was not in trouble, but she needed to know the truth. I explained that because of Luke and Amy's closeness and Tom's resemblance to him, I had come to suspect that perhaps Luke and Amy were intimate at some point over the years. If that was true, then there was a chance that Tom was her father's, and that would be a problem. Obviously, you can't date your brother.
Yeah.
Sophie was quiet during all of this.
In that state.
Sophie was quiet during all of this, and even after I had stopped talking to her to let her respond, she paused for quite a while before she finally said that we needed to get Tom and discuss this with him as well. I had no objection, so we texted him to meet us. They both skipped school that day. But Sophie gets straight A's, and this is extremely important, so I looked the other way. Tom came to meet us, which is terrible, because you now have told this child to skip school. But, whatever. I feel like they're white, by the way.
Wow. That's an assumption right there.
Tom came to meet us as Sophie had me relay what I told her. I apologized to him for the indication I might have given that I didn't think he was good enough for my daughter, and to both of them for not telling the truth sooner. Tom and Sophie just gave each other an odd look. And Reddit, that's when they blew my mind. Sophie spoke first, with Tom backing her up. They revealed to me that, in fact, they had already known about Luke and Amy, or at least they had strongly suspected. Apparently, Tom had overheard conversations that are questionable, as well as overhearing the sounds of sex coming from Amy's room. Sounds he would just as soon forget about, but all signs point to Amy's lover having been Luke. Tom had wondered for a very long time, and back in January he finally voiced his concerns, or his fears to Sophie. She agreed with them. She could also see a sort of closeness between her father and his mother. They agreed that Luke was likely having an affair. They agreed that because of Kaylee's allergy, Luke might very well be her father.
Allergy? Did I miss it?
That was in the first one. That's why the synopsis thing. So yeah, she
Yeah.
has an allergy that's like not as common, and he also has an allergy like that. Um, so Sophie and Tom came up with a little plan. As it turns out, they're not in love. They never were. They're still just best friends. But they have the same instinct as me, but they didn't want to blow up their entire family and the social unit.
The kids aren't in love. They never were.
hmm
So, but they were doing this to.
I'm gonna say.
Oh, okay.
Um,
I like these kids so far.
but they had the same instinct as me, and they didn't want to blow up our entire family and social unit without more direct evidence, which Tom had been working on acquiring. And though Sophie very and though Sophie very badly wanted to tell me the truth, she was hesitant because she knew it would shatter me. She had no idea I was already suffering in silence. Sophie apologized for not voicing her suspicions sooner. Honestly, we both cried, and I made sure she understood that none of this was her fault and that I loved her.
Absolutely not.
So bottom line is,
Not her
Sophie
fault.
and Tom already knew that they could be half siblings and aren't really interested in being a couple. They had this idea for how to rock the boat, to force Luke and Amy to do something about the situation, rather than keep making a fool out of me. I also think it was Tom's and Sophie's way of punishing them for their affair.
Mm,
Teenagers could be vindictive. So,
absolutely. But
in
these are righteous teenagers right now.
so they concocted this idea that they wanted to date. Every flirtation I witnessed, every inappropriate touch, because in the beginning, in the first story, she had said that Tom was like putting his hand on her butt and stuff like that. So she was just like, I want to punch this kid in the face. Why does he keep doing
Yo.
that?
Shout out to these kids. They played it well. Somebody was like, "Listen, you're gonna have to grab my ass." Ew, I don't want to grab your ass, freak.
Okay.
That's
Um,
crazy.
every flirtation I witnessed, every inappropriate touch, all staged, apparently, and for the benefit of Luke, Amy, or both. This was supposed to make them sweat, and Sophie/Tom expected they would jump out of their seats to forbid it from happening. When I was the one who did, instead, that kind of threw the kids for a loop. They couldn't understand why I cared more than the actual cheaters. They began to suspect that maybe I knew. Tom confronting me that one time about why can't I date Sophie was him trying to gauge if I knew or not. Again, in the first story. The first, the regular story. Maybe I shouldn't be surprised, Sophie. Do I need to read this?
Hmm?
No, it's like backstory on the kids being good kids. Either way, the question is now where to go from here. We have to figure it out. I will say that it is such a relief to have told Sophie, and I feel like an elephant has taken 1 foot off of my chest. Having her in my corner and Tom in my corner as well means a lot to me. And even though I basically just got it absolutely confirmed that Luke was sleeping with Amy, I kind of already knew that anyway. So now it's just a question of how to proceed. Tom has already volunteered to submit his DNA so I can compare it to Luke's. And both he and Sophie advised me not to tell Luke and Amy when I do this, which I agree.
And they're 17, right?
She's 15, he's 17.
Oh, okay. Okay. So
Tom has
she.
also been trying to set up a camera in Amy's room to catch her and Luke in the act. Gross. Sophie told me flat out
So
that Amy needs
sorry.
to divorce her dad.
Tom is Amy's,
Yes.
and Sophie is
There. Luke's
OP's.
sister. Yeah. Yes.
Perfect. But that's
Um.
perfect because Tom's 17.
Yeah.
And so, wait, is that legal For him to go get the DNA test on his own and all that stuff?
It's his DNA. I don't see why not. It's not like he's DNA testing somebody else. It's his DNA.
I don't. You know how it is with the whole kids and stuff.
I don't know, man. Full flop. Sophie told me flat out that I needed to divorce her dad, and hearing that from my own daughter
Ah,
made it clearer than it's ever been. She's right.
damn.
That's update 2.
We're sitting on seven people now.
I see.
I put
What
the
are
link in
your
the chat.
thoughts? What are your theories? Do you think he actually fathered? It's. I've already
It's
heard the
it's a little
story.
obvious, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Come on now. That was first off. Shout out to these kids.
Oh yeah.
They are genius level. Boy said, "Hold on, real quick. Are you messing with her mom? And are you messing with what the fuck going on here?" Like they did a
Are you
whole thing.
licking unwiped butt?
Oh no, we're not doing this. Oh my god, the unwiped butt thing is gonna be a thing for like months now.
Yep.
But yeah, the kids.
Oh.
Are you fucking shitting me?
What?
Anywho, nasty ass. Um, One, it shows the respect that they have for OP,
Yeah.
especially when you're not their kid and you're still like, nah, hold the fuck up. Like, because you know, Tom doesn't have to do anything. He doesn't have to even care.
Yeah.
But he is, and he's doing stuff, and that's dope. Shout out to him. Shout out to
all
her.
Paris.
They over there super sleuthing the shit out of life. And the one thing that I may have missed it, but
Throw hands. We're not there yet.
one thing I don't know if I missed it, but has Amy or Luke said anything about these two being all upon each other at times?
They both agreed that it shouldn't happen, but they haven't been as
They didn't show the
stringent as OP.
Mm.
Like they're like, oh, it's teenagers,
Mm.
They don't want to get caught, so they're gonna try and cover it as long as they can.
Oh my god.
They might even go as far as trying to have goddamn incest grandchildren so that they can be.
They gotta die at this point. Y'all are holding on to a secret that is not that serious when it gets to that point. Like letting it out and y'all eyes being blown up and all that stuff, that's bad. Not saying anything and letting these two father children that can, because of them having the same DNA, cause serious abnormalities to these children, you're a bad person at this point. Because if the kid comes out and has all types of medical issues, and then, dies, so comes out, doesn't live a long life or a torturous life and all that shit, you're an evil person because you was scared to get, what, yelled at? Stupid. That is so stupid. What?
Just wait.
Oh, Lord.
All right. So
I got 3 more minutes in me.
Update 3. She says a whole bunch of. She answered some of the comments. She said, "I don't have any DNA results back yet. They could take weeks. But now that I know Sophie is in no danger of dating a relative, the pressure is off. I'll get to that momentarily. But frankly, no longer matters if Luke fathered the children." Blah blah blah. She's talking about the comments. Some people was calling her a pushover, spineless. First things first, I discussed this in the comments, but our little team has supposedly recruited my mother-in-law. I say supposedly because Sophie and Tom were going to talk to her about getting help with submitting the DNA test, and at the advice of my lawyer, I am staying out of the process. Officially, I told Sophie not to do it, and she said she wouldn't. Mother-in-law hasn't contacted me about it either, though we have been in touch. I'll get more into that in a moment. The bottom line is, I have no knowledge of a DNA test.
I believe it.
Another bit of good news, I was digging through paperwork in preparation for divorce.
Preparation H.
One thing that came, did you say Preparation H?
No, keep going.
One thing that came to my attention is my name is on the paperwork for the home, not Luke's. So the home is under her. She has a lawyer. We're gonna name her Paige.
The lawyer gets a name?
She's gonna be in this a few times.
Oh my God.
She's not our lawyer. She's mine. We have our
Mm.
own family attorney who has helped us out. Whatever. Then she says, so on to the update. The last time I looked into Luke's phone was 3 months ago, around the point Sophie, Sophie and
Mm.
Tom began to go around claiming they wanted to date. I found nothing. While I know how to search for recently deleted photos and didn't see any, my comments taught me how to find recently deleted messages. So when Luke was asleep, I did just that. Swiped his phone and brought it downstairs, checked recently deleted. I am glad I did, but I also wish I had not, because I'm still reeling from the pain. Excuse me, there's a burp in there. It's not trying to come
Oop.
out.
I'll
Sure
be right
enough,
back, y'all. I gotta go take this phone call.
um,
I'm gonna leave this down here though.
I don't know where is that.
Sure enough. Oh, in the reading of the.
Sure enough, a conversation with Amy had been deleted. Recent texts talking about the conflict between her and me, and Amy describing me as a problem, and Luke trying to pacify her, without defending me at all, to be clear. They both, huh?
Oh, it's some mafia shit. She's gonna be a problem. Mm.
They both alluded to how they had expected this for a while and just hoped it would never happen. Presumably, me accusing them of having an affair. While the whole conversation and the fact that it was deleted was sketchy, nothing was actually admitted. So I scrolled a bit higher, to a few days before the fight. Amy's messages get a bit more flirty. Then I saw it. 5 days before I confronted them. Damn, I don't know why I yelled. My bad. 5 days before I confronted them, Amy had sent Luke a topless pic, a selfie with no shirt or bra. Guys, I teared up. I knew it was true. I knew in my bones, but seeing the proof still cut me like a hot knife. Doesn't help that Amy's always had. Doesn't help that Amy has always had bigger breasts than me. I exited the Messages app and checked Luke's recently deleted photos. Sure enough, the same selfie was there and others. Amy topless, Amy naked, in various poses to show off. There are pictures of the two of them together, cuddled and pressed close like a couple, and some of these she was naked, and some they both were. There were videos. Amy sent Luke a video message of herself topless, and I had to actually hear her voice talking to him in a tone that made me sick about how she was going to send him a video to help him get through the day. In more than one video, she called him her boo, and hearing her call him that, I almost vomited. Stop looking at that point. I've seen enough. For about 5 minutes anyway, then a strange compulsion to keep searching led me to check Luke's laptop. I know enough of his passcodes to access his storage, his cloud. And yeah, basically more of the same. There were letters, long letters between them. I didn't have the heart to read past a few lines of one of them, but I read Luke mention our children. There are countless naked slash topless selfies of Amy. Oh my god, not the blick. Um, there were selfies of them together, videos where Amy appeared to be touching herself. There were sex tapes of the two of them. Tom had previously offered to try and hide a camera in Amy's room, but shit, he didn't need it now. Luke was hiding a whole treasure trove under my nose all along. I scrolled and scrolled and scrolled. There were so many, going back years. Not all of it was even sexual. There were some photos of Amy's kids too. One video was of Kaylee and the twins playing together when they were younger, and Luke and Amy's voices from behind the camera. camera, there were even old photos of Luke and Amy from when they were younger. I'd say even teenagers. Excuse me. I snapped all these years. I've been telling myself I had been wrong, that it couldn't be true. Well, it was true. I knew that no one forced me to look at it as much of the evidence as I did, but I'm still hurting very badly from having seen it in that moment. I wanted to act, so I did. I called my lawyer, who's a remarkable woman. It was in the middle of the night, so I had to call her twice, and she picked up. I had woken her when I asked her to come by, and it was an emergency. She agreed. I also asked her to drop the paperwork and have it ready. She told me that she had already had it ready since I first reached out to her. As I waited for her, I went through the necessary channels on Luke's laptop to make sure he couldn't be able to remotely disconnect our access to his little stash, changing passwords and all that. Paige arrived, and I went outside to greet her in the car. Spent a good half hour in the passenger seat just crying, and she was great about that because before I passed her Luke's phone and laptop with all the information she needed to use. She warned me that this could be considered theft, so I asked her to forward and print out copies of everything she could, and then bring the items back because I couldn't bear to do it myself. Yeah, very, very hardworking. I went back inside and then I packed up Luke's things while the house slept. At one point, Owen got up to use the bathroom and asked me what I was doing, but I told him I was cleaning. Luke stirred once or twice while I was in the bedroom, but did not wake up. I got all of his things in the trash bags. Uh, what did I say? Oh yeah, I got all his things packed up in trash bags and loaded up the car. That's when I woke him up and told him to come outside. He was confused and half asleep, but he did notice things were missing. I ignored his questions and just told him to come with me. So he followed me outside. Once we were by the car, I pulled out the divorce papers and officially handed them to him. That was when he that was about when he figured out what I was doing and he tried to talk me out of it. Tried to see tried to be sweet with me and to be tender. He kept insisting that he loved me and that there had never been anything with Amy. Kept trying to persuade me not to tear our family apart. Even 2 weeks ago, I might have wilted under him because of manipulation and gaslighting. Because the manipulation and gaslighting were truly masterclass, but I could see through it now. I didn't tell him that I knew he was full of shit. I didn't tell him what I had seen. I just told him we were finished. He tried a different approach. He refused to go, stated firmly that our children were his too, and that even if we were separating, I had no right to decide the kids would stay with me over him. That was where very coldly presented the paperwork, reminding him that the house is in my name, and told him under no circumstances would my kids be staying with Amy. He argued a while longer, but in the end he decided to be the bigger person and keep the peace. At that moment, I didn't care where he went. Before he left, he did ask about his phone and laptop, and I waved him off by saying that they were in one of the bags. But a little bit of time, because the lawyer had his stuff. I couldn't sleep for the rest of the night. I cried more. I realized I have to wake up early and tell the kids. Normally, naturally, I woke up Sophie first. I told her I kicked her father out. I woke up the others and told them that their dad had gone somewhere that I wasn't sure where, but things are going to be different. That's a good question. I don't know. I knew better than to poison them against their father, so I only told Sophie that the affair was confirmed and that. Thank you. My bad. Um, bu- bu- got the kids to school, and my next step was calling to have the locks changed. She knew Luke would be back for his things, and Paige did return them before he showed up. Luke turned up an hour after she came, demanding to know where his laptop and phone were. She's, she said she set them back in the bedroom. I'm about to start skipping through because she's just saying a lot of stuff right now. Um, After he grabbed his stuff, he tried to reason with me, but I just showed him the door. I knew the kids would start coming home from school, and I think he was trying to delay leaving so he could see them. I was not having it. I started shouting again and sent him on his way. I'm still just in absolute pain and despair for what I saw. I don't know if he realizes that anyone went through his devices and made copies, or if he suspects I saw anything, but he obviously didn't say anything. I told my mother-in-law that night. Apparently, Luke did show up to his parents' house, which was a surprise, as I was so certain he'd go stay with Amy, but he didn't. Probably trying to keep up that facade still, that nothing happened. Um, but maybe even he knows how suspicious it would look to the children, and he doesn't want to rock the boat as much. Maybe he knows I'm more likely to let the children see their grandmother than Amy at this point. He wants to see them to give his version of events. That's not happening. Kat already shared his version with me that he relayed to her and Jim, that I'm having some sort of mental breakdown, that he wishes he could help me, but my paranoia is causing me to lash out and turn violent. I was never violent. I shoved him away when he tried to hold me, and that's all. And that's and what's so hilarious is that he didn't even mention at all about Amy. He didn't even frame it as me falsely believing he was having an affair, even though his story when talking to me, he left Amy out when talking to his parents. Kat noticed that and she believes me. Jim doesn't know what to believe anymore. According to Kat, he seemed very, very troubled, but he's heard all the according to Kat, he seemed very, very troubled by what he heard from all sides. As for Amy, she's radio silent. Tom has told Sophie that she's acting like nothing happened, but she's clearly stressed. When her children ask, she makes the same sort of claims that I'm having some sort of emotional, nervous breakdown and pushing her away, as well as Luke. She didn't mention anything about me accusing them of an affair, but still puts it all on me. Amy has not reached out to me directly, and I have not tried talking to her since. I haven't really told my kids anything, just that I'm having disagreements with Luke and Amy, though I was really clear that it is not a question of my mental health. Honestly, I think they all kind of know what's going on. Sophie continues to be my rock as I try to be there for her and the others, and Tom continues to be our spy in the ranks. Right now, my biggest regret is the stress that all of this caused on my children, which I knew it would, but it needed to be done. My life has fallen apart, but it was never my life. So that is update 3. Shit's crazy. Shit is crazy. Um, yeah. Let's see if update 4 is any shorter. She's writing stories. She's writing chapters at this point. God damn it. Um. So this is update 4. Um. She said, as far as I know, now as far as the deed being in my name, it's an absolute hook, line, and sinker. But Paige is convinced that between that and my having been the one paying the mortgage, I stand a good chance to keep the house. Yeah, it's a whole bunch of legal stuff. Okay. My My serving, as far as for the divorce papers, Paige had them filled out after the very first time I contacted her. By serving them to Luke was ceremonial. She still contacted him later to officially serve him and request his lawyer's details. But before he could respond, I had already done something a little sneaky. I reached out to our family attorney, the one that has always been on call, to represent me and Luke during our marriage. He helped us out of a jam with the HOA a while back. I'll call him Zach. Now, contrary to some of the comment suggestions, I cannot just go around town consulting with every lawyer in the area. with the explicit person of locking my husband out of hiring her. That is bad faith, and judges don't look too kindly on it. However, this was Zach. He had been my attorney and Luke's for years. I feel like I had just as much right to him as Luke did, and I got there first, so I was able to nail down our family's lawyer. Met with both him and Paige, and boy, howdy, do they not like each other. Zach brought up some of the same problems as some of the comments. He argued that Paige's activity was in the gray area and urged me to hire him to represent me in the divorce instead. That caused a bit of conflict as Paige is explicitly a family attorney and this is her specialization. So I'm going to be consulting both of them from here on out. Zach actually thinks it's a good idea that I made these posts as they can't really do much other than prove my sanity when Luke and Amy tried to argue otherwise. She's not. Overall, I am doing better. I've been talking to a friend in real life, the mom of one of Sophie's friends. I also have therapy scheduled for myself. That's also good. And I intend to look into family therapy as well. Yeah, because these kids is about to be going through it. When my kids ask me what's going on, I simply tell them that their father and I are having adult problems and it's nothing they need to worry about. That worked for about a day. Sophie warned me that they were planning to confront me as a group, and they did, asking if Dad had cheated on me with Amy. So smart ass kids. Um, Obviously they've been talking about this, and perhaps they have been for longer than I had anticipated. Perhaps they've been wondering, again, even though I had absolute proof, I was hesitant to tell them as much, and let me explain why. I naturally wouldn't tell them about pornographic content I found. I would simply say that I found messages between Luke and Amy revealing their affair. But with the exception of Sophie, they wouldn't be satisfied with that. I already know Carter, curious little sweetheart that he is, would want to see these messages. So instead, when I was asked directly by my kids if the dad had cheated on me, I simply said, I believe he did, yes, with as much sincerity as I could muster. I think they believe me. Tom and Sophie are texting nonstop, and from what I could gather, there's doubt among Amy's children as well. And that is just about losing my mind, and not about their mother being too close um, to her husband. I think it's slowly sinking in for poor Jim that what he didn't want to believe was possible and is very much true and happening. I haven't shown him or Kat any letters. They're hosting Luke, so I haven't had, yeah, because, she definitely needs to be in therapy. Um, but I did have one phone call with Kat where we wished each other well. That was nice. In the background, I could hear shouting, and though Kat quickly went outside, I did hear what sounded like Jim shouting at Luke. He didn't usually shout. He's the calmest man I've ever met. So in a way, I'm worried about him, but also relieved that the wool is being pulled from his eyes. According to Kat, Luke is still denying everything. He was pretty upset when he found out that I poached Zach, though, which kind of gave me which gave me a kind of grim satisfaction. The test results came back. Sophie and Tom tested their DNA against each other to see if they were truly blood siblings. Here's a surprise. According to the test, they're not. They don't share any DNA. To everyone who believed Jim had fathered Amy's babies, here is definitive proof that he did not, because the test would have revealed that too. But I never believed it anyway. Sophie has her doubts and wonders if the results were faulty and if we shouldn't take another test to be absolutely certain. But I'm not really worried about that. More confused than anything. I was so certain Tom had to be Luke's son. He was too. Now he doesn't know what to think, and I don't either. I obviously don't know. I obviously now know the affair happened and lasted years, and I know from the letter that Kaylee is Luke's child, or at least both he and Amy seem to believe that she is, which confirms they were intimate
Yeah.
15 years ago. Now I'm wondering.
There's a big gap because I just got to the point where it goes to they don't share any DNA.
Oh,
Damn, 'cause I was listening. I was like, all right, we'll come downstairs and
I
do
don't know
that.
how to fix that.
Like, hold on. Or at least both T and Amy seem to believe that she is. Yeah, you're way past that. That's weird. But
No, I'm not way past that. That's right here now. That's what I just finished 15 years ago. Yeah,
cool,
see?
cool.
And now I'm just wondering for Tom's sake, who if not Luke is his father? He does kind of look like Luke, but that might just be coincidence.
Mhm.
Hello to the new viewer, because we have 8 people now. I don't know who it is. Comment, comment. Who is it?
What your name is?
I'm so happy.
I new person.
Um, this guy.
Okay.
In
This
general,
guy.
everything was quiet for a few days until it wasn't. Until she finally showed her face. My best friend, Amy.
Oh.
I am so happy I installed Ring cameras everywhere, as you are about to understand. Sure enough, Amy turned up on my doorstep and asked to talk. She had a relaxed demeanor and did not raise her voice.
She was gonna kill motherfuckers.
Assuming she was approaching me on Luke's behalf, I told her that I wasn't interested in talking to her and to just go away.
She's about to kill somebody.
She did not leave, but she didn't make a scene either. She persisted in telling me we needed to have a conversation. The kids weren't home and did have cameras, and we do have cameras inside. I also was recording her on my phone and being discreet about it. So eventually I relented and let her in. I don't know if she realized she was on camera. We sat down on the couch and she instantly got to her reason for the visit. Turns out she and Luke know, or suspect, that I procured damning information from his laptop. Amy accused me of going through his devices and told me that anything I found was not my business and I needed to delete it. That was all she had to say.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I just,
She got
when you
some
get
nerve, right?
when you get caught, right? The whole question was, are you cheating on me with your friend?
Mm-hmm.
That question was asked in front of both of them.
Mm-hmm.
You put on an entire act of, how dare you ask me this, you filthy bitch. And I can't believe you'd say this to me. I'm heartbroken.
Mm-hmm.
And Mr. Husband's like, I'm the most faithful man in the world. Spouting this, spouting this, spouting this. She keeps it up with the whole, I'm angry with you, blah, blah, blah. And then the divorce papers come, and now you guys suspect that you've gotten to a point where you have, your words, you have found damning evidence.
Mm-hmm.
Damning evidence to the situation that caused all of this. But the damning evidence is you guys lied and you actually did what I was asking. And your response is that that's not yours. Delete it.
Yep. It's
What?
none of your
It's
business.
none of your business. My husband fucking you
It's not my business.
is not my business.
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
Um,
2025.
that was all she had to say. No apology, no admission of guilt, didn't take responsibility for her own behavior. Hell, she might have known I was recording her because she didn't even directly acknowledge what the sensitive material was on Luke's laptop.
Sensitive material. Oh, me popping my pussy on a
So
handstand.
I confronted her, letting out some of my anger. I asked how she could have the nerve to make demands of me. I asked her. Tammy said, "Oh, she Delulu." Yes. Um, I asked her why she and Luke would do a thing like this in the first place. Why had they seen fit? Why had they seen fit to spend all these years betraying me?
Betrayal.
I posed a question that I've been wondering about for a long time, and as I expected, I got no answer. Literally, Amy didn't seem to really hear me, even as I confronted her. She seemed like she was stressed, panicked even, but she was keeping it under wraps. She ignored my questions and accusations and just kept telling me to delete whatever content from Luke's laptop that I had. She asked that if I wanted to divorce Luke, that was my call, but not to drag her into it.
Mm.
Oh, that
Not a
made me.
whoa.
Yep, yep.
You spread the lips wide, fam. You dragged your coachie into my relationship. I didn't drag that shit into there. I didn't drag that shit, but you put your Dumbo ears.
For at
And
least 18 years. For the at
how long have they
least,
been married? Because if it's not 18
I don't know, but they're in their
plus,
40s. So, and their oldest kid
mm,
is 15.
oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
Oh hey Don.
Yay.
Big Dog. Hey Big Dog.
This big dog.
Um,
Love the grammar. I'm messing with you.
so
So as I was saying, because I'm going to go back.
good.
You want to divorce your husband, that's between y'all, but leave me out of it.
You're the reason.
You're and
Part
and
of the
and it's
reason.
it's the damning evidence of, you popping your pussy on a handstand. Your coochie is in it. Just like my husband was in it. Just like it's about to be used in this divorce. All of
Yep.
this.
Yep.
And you thought you was gonna slide? Oh no, big fella, you famous now. You the
Nah.
bee's
You
knees.
the main reason. Like, what are you saying?
You where it's at. That's Shut up.
Uh,
I'm looking at it. Shut up. Shut up. What are you? Shut up. Get out. Go.
At this point, like Lene said, you got to throw hands at this point because you're wilding.
Almost.
Um.
Nah, she just installed the Ring cameras. Come on, we gotta be smart about this.
You're right.
Oh, because no Ring camera, it'd have been
You're
like,
right. You're right.
as soon as she said that, leave me out, right in the face.
Yeah.
I'd be like, oh my God, what happened? I don't know. You hit the floor.
Um. She said, "Don't drag her into it." She said, "Oh, that made me so mad. I kept my temper, but I did snap back. That she was already very much in it. Amy just kept repeating herself, telling me to delete whatever I found. So I just refused. I asked her point blank, why should I?
Give me a good
Why did
reason.
I have any reason to delete it?
Give me a great reason. An awesome reason. Phenomenal one.
Amy got more aggressive,
Oh,
raising her voice.
oh.
She's trying to intimidate me, but I held my ground.
You know she's the finger.
No, they're white.
You gotta start from the top and go down. Like, bitch, I swear.
But I think they're white.
Oh, then it would have been like, listen,
Listen here, guy.
Martha. Okay, I don't want to get crass,
It's hilarious.
but
Amy got more aggressive, raising her voice. She was trying to intimidate me, but I held my ground. She told me that this wasn't about me and that I needed to do just do as she said. That it was very important. So I asked again.
you're absolutely right there, White. By the way,
Yeah.
I'm gonna just say that now.
Why? Yet again she would not answer. So I asked her if Luke had sent her to do this and if she had shown up on her own. No answer to that either. It was like talking to a brick wall. So I asked her to leave. Just what I had been afraid of, she wouldn't go.
All right,
She
bitch.
refused to leave until I had deleted everything I found in front of her. I couldn't help laughing. I told her,
Yay, I like her.
no, that wasn't going to happen. This is where I could see her starting to freak out more. In another moment, she got up, ran into the other room, and grabbed my laptop. Before I could stop her, she smashed it on the floor.
Oh,
Okay, I got insurance.
dummy,
And I'm about to get money in this divorce. Okay.
dummy, and I'm about to beat your ass because you just ran in my house and ran down on me. Yes, my laptop is part of my life. You hit me.
Before I could stop her,
Yo.
she smashed it on the floor. I really didn't know why she thought that would work.
Do you know what data is? You stupid fucking born in the 1400s bitch. It's data. It's on somewhere.
Right. It's already where it needs to be, but whatever.
Dummy.
Um,
Fucking dumb.
I don't know why she thought that would work or get her the outcome she wanted. I think she was just panicking. Obviously, I still have everything.
Yo, hold on. You don't understand. See, the ADHD brain right now is painting a very detailed picture
Oh yeah,
of
yeah.
a frantic white woman running up and looking left and right, grabbing the laptop, and then the other one's
She
just
didn't want to do it. I did it.
and then the other one just sitting there like this, like,
It's crazy
you
because the
good?
information that she found of y'all sleeping together was on his cloud.
Technically, not even on
So,
his laptop.
so I could get it at any. I
Anytime.
don't know. You know,
Go ahead.
all of my important. Wait, obviously I still have everything except now I need to buy a new laptop. And sadly, her doing this was out of frame of the camera, but it's
What?
fine. But it's fine. All of my important files are backed up, and at the moment, I was more concerned that Amy would do something else drastic. She looked like she was going to have a breakdown. I tried again, very calmly, to tell her that she needed to leave or I would call the police. She refused, again, and just kept repeating her demand that I drop this whole cheating angle and divorce Luke without trying to argue that an affair took place.
I
At
think I
that
know where
point,
this is going.
I just stared at her, at the woman I had considered one of my dearest friends in the world. And I told her that I didn't owe her anything, but she owed her children the truth, that they had the right to know where they came from, who Luke really wanted, who Luke really was to them. Amy bristled and told me it was none of my business, that I didn't understand her family and I needed to back off.
Amy bristled? What the fuck does that mean?
I don't know.
I'm pretty educated, but that one went over my head.
I don't
I'll
know.
admit.
She just, it's none of your business.
Bristled.
I don't know what bristle is. Um,
I'll eat you like that.
I lost my place. Oh, I'll look at unbite butthole.
Oh my
She
god.
kept get
Now we got 10 people in the chat that know that you want to do that.
she kept going back to this idea that I could divorce Luke, but I must not claim he'd had an affair with her. I just told her that I didn't need her permission to handle my divorce how I wanted, and told her to leave again. She got more and more desperate, and her anger accelerated to the point that she physically attacked me.
Yeah,
I did not expect her
it
to
was gonna
actually
get
do
there.
this.
Oh, come on, girl.
I'm not much of a fighter, but I do know the human body pretty well and where it's weakest. She hit me pretty badly, but I got her off me.
Why she sounded like she about to do some shit?
That part,
Okay then.
oh my God, Anthony sent me next with the look in the butt.
Oh no.
That part was very much on camera, and the whole audio was recorded on my phone. She finally left after that, and I immediately called to file a police report. I had the strangest feeling that she'd tried something similar and wanted to beat her to the punch. I was able to clean myself up by the time I had to face my children, and while I downplayed the story, I did not lie to them about why I had a black eye. I told them
Oh,
for
she straight duffed her for real.
Yeah, I told them for their own safety to steer clear of Amy. I also sent the footage to Paige and Zach, as well as pictures of my injured state before I cleaned up. They also have printed out the letters that reference Kaylee as Luke's child. I really feel like Amy just screwed herself over on all this. I don't know what her motives were.
She's an idiot.
Was she protecting Luke? Was this his idea? Did
Mm-mm.
she really want me to over the world to know she? Did she really not want the world to know she's a homewrecker? As if people didn't already know.
I just want y'all to know that my sister, shout out to her, just sent me a screenshot of what bristled means. Bristled.
What is it?
Verb. As in become upset and excited. Well, would you look at
Upset
that?
and excited, huh?
Well, upset, comma, excited.
I feel like bristles was
And the strongest matches are brittled, brittle,
brittle.
Bridle. Brittle,
Bristled.
brittle, bridle? Bridle. It would be
Bridle.
bridle. Fume and
What
seethe.
you gonna do about it? You know?
Seethe. Boil, flare, rage, rise, ruffle, spit, and swell.
Not spit.
Yeah, I don't get that. Oh, he was
Anthony,
spit with rage.
Anthony said red shirt.
Oh, yo. First off, Anthony, red shirt came when she broke the laptop. That's when she's just standing there like, you feel good?
All right.
I got the data.
So that was update 4.
I thought she was about to say episode 4. I'm not gonna
No,
lie. All
that was
right.
also 6 days later.
Season 4. Let's go.
This all kind of happened within the span of like 2 weeks.
You know we're getting through One Piece faster than this, right?
Um. All right. So I said that was update 4.
Mm-hmm. Out of 7.
6 days later, she has a brief update. Said, hey guys, it's been a rough week. A lot has happened. I really don't want to talk about all of it in detail, so I'm going to keep it short. She lied. I know I never shut up. It's just how I am, but I'm going to be much more brief this time around. Luke has a lawyer now. I don't know him, but he met with Zach and Paige. To everyone saying I should have Amy arrested, I probably could have if I showed the police the video. Instead, I just sent it to my lawyer. Maybe this makes me foolish, but even now, I think part of me is still trying to protect people I once loved and go easy on them. Once she put her hands on me, you're going to jail. Fuck them kids.
Once you put your hands on me, you're going to the
They
ground.
also got their dad.
Yeah, see, that's. I wanted to stop you there. Before this to say, we all know that something else is up, right? That is not related to Luke. I mean,
What do you
unless I'm
mean not?
thinking,
What do you mean not related to Luke?
why in the hell, unless these are all Stepford wives and wasps, why in the hell are you so adamant that? Because it started off with destroy that.
Hmm.
Whatever you can get a divorce, you can divorce him or whatever, but leave me out of it.
Hmm. They could
It
live in a
started with
small
that.
town. If you live in a small town and everybody know your business, she might be like,
Somebody's gonna ask why y'all get divorced. Somebody's gonna
true.
find out. But even no. Put that one on the side. You you say this, but you are a mistress. Absolutely nothing happens to you. And you went so far as to make sure something happens to you now. Because now the police are involved.
Hmm.
Nothing was gonna happen to you.
Hmm.
I mean, other than you being humiliated, if that was a possibility, because
Hmm.
again, you're the mistress. No, nobody. There's nothing that they can do. Luke cheated on his wife.
Yeah.
You didn't cheat on his wife. You did
You
screw
get
over your best
shamed.
friend.
That's about it, but nothing like legally
Yeah,
bad.
nothing. Yeah, and
Yeah.
then just look at the escalation. Like I get people panic and get upset and freak out and all that stuff, but you went from leave me out of it, delete that damning evidence, to running down and smashing the laptop, and then and then you get violent. Like
Yeah.
it just sounds like she don't want somebody to find out.
Yeah. Like there's something
Yeah,
bigger.
there's something bigger than just Luke. I'm going on some Maury Povich, Jerry Springer shit, but we'll find out next time on Dragon Ball
Well,
Z.
I'll find out. All right. So, to everyone saying I should have got her arrested. But everything's on hold for the past few days because Jim had a heart attack. I saw Luke and I saw Amy and Amy's kids at the funeral. Well, not only did he have a heart attack, he died.
Um, wait, what? I was
The
responding.
grandfather died. He had a heart attack. I saw Luke and Amy at the funeral. It was the first time we were all together since before all this happened. Nobody talked about what's going on, short of Amy briefly apologizing for what happened before. She did seem sincere, I'll give her that. But I wasn't about to call her out anyway. Amy, Luke, and Kat had all seemed pretty devastated. I was too, but we all agreed not to talk or argue about the divorce and to just let the day be a ceasefire to focus on Jim. Luke and I had a conversation about him. A nice conversation. I've been spending time with my kids and taking a couple of days off of work. I have enough of them on the back burner. Luke also saw the kids twice before and after the funeral, with me present. It went well. At my direction and Sophie's, they didn't mention Amy, and Luke didn't try anything funny with any of them. I think he does miss them and hate that he can't see them thanks to all this. The kids are also pretty upset about losing Grandpa, on top of not being able to see Dad as much. I don't think any of them blame me, but that's far from the point, frankly. Carter slept in my bed the last 3 nights. I think Carter's the youngest. Um, I'll get more into this in the future when I have the energy to talk about what's going on in more detail. But whoever suggested that Kat lied about the test results was correct. She never sent them in.
What?
She confessed as much. Oh,
Isn't Kat the lawyer?
No, that's
Oh.
Paige. Kat is the mother of Luke, the author.
Oh.
She confessed as much to me. I guess she didn't feel comfortable going behind her son's back, but did feel comfortable lying to me to protect him? Oh yeah, that's her kid. Until she didn't. Until she felt guilty and she came clean. Under the circumstances, I'm not very angry with her, but I didn't know better to trust than to trust her anymore.
Fair.
As far as I know, she did not tell Luke about the test, but it means Tom could still be Luke's son. Probably is. My lawyers finished going through.
Oh.
Yeah,
I was a little confused at that. I was just like, coincidence. Okay. Test don't lie.
yeah, yeah. That's it. All of this probably sent Jim right to the grave. My lawyers finished
Oh.
going through Luke and Amy's
That's up.
letters with a finer tooth comb. The bottom line is they definitely found what it was that Amy didn't want me to see. And I now completely understand why she was so panicked. It has to do with why Amy and Luke didn't marry conventionally. They did something very bad, but this is genuinely something I'm not sure I should be talking about, even in an anonymous internet post. I haven't even been able to collect my feelings about what Amy and Luke have done, especially with everything else.
Oh my God. Why
So,
should it be nothing super crazy?
so I don't know if I should be more explicit. I'm
So,
sorry. I know that's not what everyone wants to hear, but please understand. Paige agreed with me that when in doubt, don't post it. I've told my lawyers to put a pin in it for now because I'm in no fit state to figure out how to proceed. Um,
are they brother and sister? Just
I'm
let me
just
know.
feeling like shit, honestly. It's difficult not to blame myself for Jim. I can only imagine Luke and Amy for blaming themselves too. Are blaming themselves too. I know they're bad people. I don't forgive them. But this tore them apart as it did me, and I think all three of us feel like the divorce stressed Jim out to the point where he may have contributed, where it may have contributed. He already had heart disease.
They don't give a fuck.
And in particular, I blame myself for showing him what I showed him. I showed him proof of the affair shortly before he died. Well, damn. I'll update again whenever I can. That was her brief update. 10 days later,
That was actually pretty quick.
it was brief.
Thanks,
Yeah.
Sophie.
10 days later,
Excuse me.
hey everyone.
So, guess what?
This may very well be my last update for a while. I'm in therapy now, as are my children. Again, awesome.
Bump with
And
that.
from what I hear, Amy's children are as well, so that's good. So I should probably be focusing on healthier ways to expel my feelings. Nonetheless, I have talked to my therapist about these posts that, according to her, venting anonymously online can be healthy to a point. If I do talk about my life again, I may do in different subreddits or something. I'm still not sure. I also met with the judge now. Many were worried about how these posts might come back to bite me in the ass. Legally speaking, the short answer is they won't. The long answer is that because they're anonymous, there's technically no risk of defamation or slander. I've had I've changed enough of the meaningless details and given everyone fake names. The posts aren't going to be relevant in the case, and I'm clear to keep writing if I so choose. So long I don't discuss the details of the actual case, although the judge would prefer I stop. Fuck you, judge. Without
Right in
divulging
the ear.
well, without divulging the specifics, I went ahead and reported what I learned, and all hell broke loose. I knew I had to do so because Amy and Luke had changed gears after Jim passed. They began to make the case that Luke and I had always had an open marriage,
The
that
fuck?
that there could be no such thing as an affair, and any instances of Luke sleeping with Amy could not be counted against him. It is no accident that they chose to do this after we lost Jim. As far as I can tell, he was the only person who knew about Luke and knew about what Amy and Luke did and would have done something about it. Now that they don't have to worry about it, I think they wanted to claim I always knew about the affair and that it was no true affair.
They're idiots.
When I didn't report them, they must have assumed didn't know the truth, and they changed their story. But I knew. I reported it, and they're fucked.
Yeah, there's kind of no way around that. If you have a cache of videos, pictures, and it's all deleted and hidden, why would you do that?
Why would you do that if it wasn't an affair, right?
Like the only people that like who are you hiding that from? The only logically, the only person that could be going through your phone would be the person closest to you. So your bestie, your wife, your husband, you can go down a list, but
Mhm.
the list is mad short. So why you do that? Mm.
Um,
Open marriage. These guys are smart.
which unfortunately means everyone else found out. There was no way the children won't learn the truth through the grapevine.
Damn.
I
Damn
told
grapes.
Sophie and Tom personally because I figured they would learn of it anyway. The others did. Tom was pretty shell shocked. I know I'm just a messenger, but I felt terrible and I wanted to comfort him. Comfort him. But there wasn't a whole lot I could do. Poor Kaylee did not handle it well. I told she had several meltdowns and then tried to run away. I
Great.
know she tried to run away because she came to our house for sanctuary, and I literally had to give her back. I knew all the reasons I had to, but I was sorely tempted to give the middle finger to all of them and let Kaylee stay with us.
I
Again,
feel that.
against Amy's wishes. But no, I had to relinquish her, and honestly,
Absolutely.
nothing has been harder than that. I know it wasn't my fault, but I still feel like I betrayed her. Sophie's also been dealing with a lot of anger toward her father, especially after he and Amy forced Kaylee to come back to stay with Amy. All of this, it hit Sophie and Kaylee the hardest. Luke wanted to see Sophie again, and she refused. She wouldn't come out of her room. Technically, I was supposed to let him see her, but she's 15. I told her to come out of her room. She wouldn't. So in my book, I tried. That was after that was after Kaylee's incident. So when Luke pressed me to force Sophie out of her room, excuse me, I'm not proud to say I shouted at him to leave. My blood was boiling at that point. Throughout all of this, my soon-to-be ex-husband and his affair partner are still acting like I'm the bad guy.
Hmm.
Luke and Amy are
How
angry with
dare you?
me, and that's putting it lightly. They have no right to be, but they are. At least they're acting angry. I now have a restraining order against Amy because I was quite certain she would confront me about the fact after the fact, and she did. After I reported them, and before Kaylee came over, Amy came to the house while my kids were home, banged on the door, and screamed. She was furious with me for what I had done, and I don't know what she expected me to do. I called the police, but Amy was gone by the time they showed up. They were just as useless as last time, to be honest. When Kaylee came to me for asylum, Amy came after her, but I couldn't let her. I wouldn't let her in because she called the cops herself. I would only let one of them take Kaylee. Amy was not setting foot in my house.
Hell no.
I was very clear to explain the situation, but it didn't matter. Amy later smeared me on social media and framed me as a kidnapper. I,
Okay.
I set the record straight without divulging too much about the circumstances of the situation, which I was tempted to do.
Yeah.
Luke also gave me the lecture of a lifetime when I saw him, but I just kept cutting him off and spitting the facts in his face. I don't know if it's been my time away from him,
What you want, cheater?
but I'm learning to recognize his bullshit now. Where previously I fell for it every time. He always sounded so reasonable and sweet, but when he's actually saying is off the circular and evasive. Honestly, I'm so angry with him for what he's done to our children, all of them, Kaylee especially. I want to adopt that girl. I know I can't, but I want to. Um,
Johnny said the story long as fuck though.
it is. So that's
It's
the
long
whole
as
thing.
shit.
Um,
I had to grab the sticks,
she
guys.
goes out. She starts talking about Kat, and they talked, and yeah, I think the next one she actually says what it is. As to
And Kat is the mom, right?
the mom of Luke.
Luke, yeah.
Yeah, in the end, she says I'm doing better. Let's go to the next one because it's just like a lot of jabba jabba jabba.
Never heard of that. Never heard of it.
Um,
Jagga Jagga. Call that slut Bojangles.
new update. This is 1.5 months later.
Mm.
So October 31st last year.
It's kind of a long
He
time.
says, "Happy Halloween, everyone.
Okay.
It's been a while. Things have continued to spiral. Had a number.
Sorry, just the way you read it was all, hey, how's it going, guys? So, yeah,
My life's still shit.
yep, and my life is kind of crazy.
Had a number of comments and
It's
private
crazy.
messages want to check in, which I appreciate. While I obviously still can't talk about much, I've shown this post to my legal counsel before. updating it. So the headline here, which I already discussed in the comments, is that Luke and Amy talked about themselves as half siblings in the letters that I found on Luke's laptop.
Oh,
The timeline is still a bit unclear to me, but Jim had an affair with one of his college-age students when she got pregnant. Years later, her daughter became friends with Jim's son, and Amy was abused in her parents' house, and everyone in Luke's family wanted to get her out, which they eventually did. At that point, Jim told Luke and Amy the truth. It
is
wasn't until a couple of years later that they began to sleep together. As far as recent updates, Kaylee has spent some time in a psychiatric ward. Tom
damn.
discovered that she had done something very reckless. Social services have also seen fit to remove her from Luke and Amy's care. So she's
Sounds
currently
good.
staying with Kat. Amy hated that, and I'm told she raged for some time at the idea that I would poison Kaylee against her and that in her anger she made some choice threats.
Oh no.
I have been advised not to reach out. I think there's more than I think that's more than all right if she initiates. I will turn her away. My troubles are not over, and they got worse after the test results came back.
What the fuck did Anthony just say?
He said what he said. Everyone
All right.
everyone was tested. I finally know the truth now. Beyond a shadow of a doubt that Luke is the biological father of all four of Amy's children.
Oh my goodness. I didn't think it was gonna be all four. So this man got 8 kids, minimum, by his goddamn sister and his
Well,
wife,
four by his sister, yeah.
and
Yeah,
and his wife.
yeah, yeah.
See, this is the part where David would chime in, but I'm gonna ask it. So, what state is this? Alabama,
Yeah, that's
Alabama,
Arkansas?
Arkansas,
I don't know.
Arkansas.
Mississippi? I don't know.
One of those.
Whew. Yeah. I
Woo.
think there's one update left after this. They um
Mm.
after years of wondering, confirmation feels strangely hollow. It changes almost nothing at this point, but it is proof that he was unfaithful to me. Luke is still maintaining that it was an open relationship. I had thought to use incest charges against him and Amy,
Oh
but that
yeah.
but that plan hit a roadblock.
Why?
The two of them had mandated testing as well, and at least according to results, Luke and Amy are not siblings. I don't understand it either. Perhaps Jim was wrong all this time. Either way, I still have proof that they believed it to be true, but they are now insisting that they just kind of roleplay. It's just a kind of roleplay for them.
Oh my goodness. And I was cool with all of it because open
Yeah.
relationship. Yeah.
Luke also
Yeah.
threw a curveball at me by demanding we test my children as well. I
Test them
honest
for what?
test them DNA test.
Okay.
I honestly hated him for that. They've been through enough as it is. But he is claiming that I also participated in the open relationship,
Oh, for real?
and
Cause there's
that
a billion pictures of y'all. Where's mine?
and that I also participate. Oh, and that the paternity of our children were proven. In particular, he was adamant that Sophie be tested.
Oh, sorry. Hold on. And the paternity of our children would prove it? How? The paternity test will show that you're the father and you're expecting that.
Or will they?
I mean, that means she's out here and this is all for naught. But is he? I'm a little confused now
No,
because
we gotta keep reading.
why? How would it? Mm. Go
In
ahead.
particular, he is adamant that Sophie be tested. I couldn't figure out why, but I think Luke must know something I don't. Because the test results for Sophie came back negative. They said that
What?
Luke is not her father. Then Luke began to claim that he had tested Sophie years ago to be sure. I was certain he was lying, that he had somehow sabotaged the test, but he did submit a DNA test from about 10 years ago, and it likewise maintains that Luke is not Sophie's father. Before anyone asks, no, I never had an affair of my own. I never cheated on Luke. I had no idea how this has happened, and I could not make sense of it. I requested another test, and that has yet to arrive. But with these two tests already, I'm bewildered and frightened. I don't know how this is possible, since I was never unfaithful to Luke. I can only assume that something was done without my consent. I can
Is this a small town?
I don't know. She makes no claims of where she could possibly be.
Fair, but I mean, for the sake of argument, let's say we want to believe OP, which I want to believe OP.
Hmm.
One thing I don't do, I don't like to look stupid. So if a DNA test says that he's not the father, and you're saying you never had the affair, then to me, there's only one of two things: you're a liar, or you were assaulted. It's one of the two.
Yeah,
So I'm like, I don't. If it's a small
if she was
town,
assaulted,
maybe
though,
manipulation.
your husband was in on it.
Oh, oh, you're going to prison, prison.
Not if there's no proof.
Well, hmm, I guess. I guess.
Um, blah, 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 blah. I've never been sexually assaulted, as far as I'm aware of, but there were a few nights back when I used to get drunk with Amy that someone could have possibly drugged me. What scares me is that Luke tested Sophie years ago. I feel like he knows more about this than he is letting on.
This
I've
is
discussed this with my therapist and my lawyer. I've tried to get to the bottom of it, but I just don't know. I have been upfront about everything with Sophie. I believe Luke is trying to make her doubt me, to drive a wedge between us. I promised her that I never had an affair, and that these results are impossible. I don't think she believes me completely, but I also don't get the sense that she's angry with me. Sophie is the oldest daughter of theirs, the oldest kid of theirs. Um,
which update is this? 5?
sure. No, I think it's like six. Yeah. Um, the rest of my kids don't know about this part yet, but they probably will soon. Gossip is spreading like wildfire among Amy's kids. I've never been
We did confirm that the twins are 9, right? What?
her twins.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Why would the kids know this? Why would a 9-year-old find this out? What the? I
because
don't
the
understand.
kids are talking about it.
I guess.
Um, I've never been the sort of parent to read my kids' text, so I'm not sure about specifics, but I'm not going to address this with them unless Sophie gives me her blessing. She was the only one whose results came back negative. The rest of the kids are proven to be Luke's. Kat is not speaking to either of her children, but that's not to say she's giving them silent treatment. Technically, they're not allowed any contact with Kaylee right now, so keeping distance isn't really optional. The cat is furious with them both now that she's seen the state Kaylee is in. She's likely going to explode at them when she can see them next. I wish I could describe a happy ending for our family, but the trouble is far from over.
Hmm.
I'm actually somewhat traumatized by the idea that I might have been assaulted and never knew until now. And if that is indeed the case, I'm not looking forward to the conversation where Sophie finds out about that and about her origins. Anyway, I don't know when I'll update, but I am taking the kids to a haunted house tonight, so that should be fun. There are some comments. Oh no, that's the last update.
No.
Yeah, there's some
I had to sit
comments.
through this shit.
OP says that I was thinking that too, Tammy. Tammy said this is a really juicy story. Are we sure it's real?
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
wondering.
I don't know.
Question. You said this was September 2024,
The last update was October 1st last year.
and it stops there.
Yeah, I haven't seen.
We're gonna need to find some data miners. I'm not even being funny,
When
cause
I
that's
go to their
crazy.
page, everything's deleted.
Hey, we got Horton on the line.
Hey,
What's going on?
um, so yeah, the relevant comments at the end. It says OP on comments on testing DNA against herself, Sophie's DNA after finding out Luke isn't Sophie's father. I don't think a mishap is possible because I kept Sophie with me after she was born. she didn't go into a nursery, but to be sure, I could do this as well. Because they're saying maybe she was switched at the hospital, and Sophie's not even hers.
Yeah, that's a
It happens.
yeah, but it doesn't when someone's adamant on it
Oh
and
yeah,
knows.
yeah.
That's not
No,
a
that's why
switch
I'm
at
like,
birth.
he
That's a
definitely
plan.
did something.
Yeah, you know he did something. Hey, test the kids, test the kids, test Sophie. Why? But again, unless she's a habitual liar, then I don't know, or a strange liar because she's the only one telling the story, which wouldn't make any sense.
She's Asian.
How do you know
It
that?
says OP explains that Sophie's features against herself in Luke. She said Sophie appears to be Asian, yes. She does look more like me than Luke, but she's not my spitting image or anything. She still looks enough like me that I find it hard to believe she isn't my blood.
I don't get.
So yeah, that's unfortunately, God, there is no update as to what
I hate the fact that you
actually
read
happened.
this.
Huh?
I hate the fact that you read this.
Why?
With that ending, we went from
Well, we got a lot of juice out of this. We got a
we
lot of tea.
we went from I think my husband sired our friend's children
Not sired.
to there's a deep dark secret that the deep dark underlining secret that what the fuck
What the fuck was that?
it was the ducks that there's a deep dark secret that's being hidden and what's the name's trying to cover it up by smashing laptops and punching people in the eye to they could be siblings to
You good? Oh yeah.
sexual assaults from 15 years ago that you knew nothing about
I
but
feel
the
like
husband had an idea of
I feel like she might
or
have found
something
out the stuff and she was just like she didn't want to update anymore. It could be like a legal thing now.
from a yeah.
Because she found out
Hmm?
that hey, don't stink, don't worry about it. She found out that she was assaulted. Maybe now she's like, I don't want
I
to.
don't want to post that up. Yeah,
Yeah.
fair.
Because she's probably going through her own trauma with that right there.
Yeah, I hate speculating. I really do.
What do you guys think? That was a doozy. Do I know if it's real? I do not. But when I read it, I was like, you know what? Even if it's not real, this is a good read. This is a good read.
That was very, very trapped in the closet ish.
Mmm.
It gave trapped in the closet hard. Like I said, it started dude having an affair with his wife, goes in the closet, comes out, finds him. Oh, by the way, I was having an affair too with a man. Then they find him. I gotta get home to my wife. Oh, fucking the other guy. It just turned into a whole thing. Like it got crazy, but then it abruptly ended.
I'm sorry.
That's just dark.
I'm sorry.
That's
I did try to find an update, but yeah. You said Charlize is on here. I don't see her.
she was. Well, she's at.
I don't see any of her comments though.
No, she's on there now. She's just listening in because she's at work.
Oh. Oh. All right. Wow. That story took 2 hours.
It did? Yeah, I can see that. I can see that.
It took 2 hours.
I died.
I got more stories, shorter ones, much shorter ones. So if you guys want to hear another story,
Let us
let us know
know,
in the
and we will.
comments.
I'm
Oh
down with going
God.
live again
Oh.
sooner rather than later, if it's warranted, I guess. I don't know. All I know is it's too hot for this shit. It's too hot to be deceived like this.
I'm sorry.
It's too hot to be strung along. Nah, but that was a juicy one. That was crazy. Who said read them? Nah. 2 hours in, I'm In fact, I think I'm about due for a snack.
All right. Well, we'll go live again probably next week.
A snack?
Good thing you ain't got no boogies in there.
All right, that camera too damn good.
We'll probably go live next week. We'll try to give you guys more of a heads up. We wasn't actually sure we was gonna go live this week, but if we do go live next week, it's gonna be either Friday or Saturday. Probably
Promise
the
not
same
to
time.
find
We try
my
to do it after
answer.
people get off work and stuff. So actually, no, we can't do it next Saturday because we have Michaela's birthday party.
If Michaela was still in the chat, she'd know that we wasn't coming. I'm just kidding.
So we'll probably do it next Friday. But yeah, I got more Reddit stories we can go over. Might be able to play.
Oh yeah. Oh my bad. I get a little excited though.
Might be able to play games.
Definitely gotta play. We definitely gotta play Pick Your Poison. That one can't be down here
Might be
though.
able to play Pick Your Poison, which is a would you rather game if you've seen the YouTube videos. But
That one gets a little inappropriate.
that one's a little that's a little more inappropriate. Yeah. So thank you for joining us.
Thanks, guys. We're starting out. Just let us know if there's anything we should be doing to fix it, do something better, you know.
I know that was a long
Kiki,
one,
thanks
so
a
it
lot, man.
might have been a little hard to
I hate all of them.
focus on it. So I'll try not to do such long ones, but yeah.
I'm surprised I'm still alive.
Until next time. Hey, Tammy said you got a snack sitting right next to you.
Oh, wait,
Check
Tammy.
this camera out.
Tammy, oh, insider. Moz emoji.
Yeah, her emoji gets me, yo.
Hold on, I'm about to. No. Hold on, I'm about to show the chat. Let me pull that up real
Can you
quick.
put it in the chat?
I didn't see anywhere where you could add pictures. I did.
Camera's really good.
That's that's the emoji right there.
I love it. It's so funny every time.
Every time I send this emoji, so that's why I stole this. But it's the greatest. That's all I'm saying. All right, we done with y'all asses. I'll talk to y'all next week on Dragon Ball Z.
Thanks for watching.
Like and subscribe. Tell your friends or your dad. I don't know.